taxonomy actually means what? Can we write something, please, before I explain? Taxonomy can be defined, right, please. Taxonomy can be defined as a systematic way of classifying, organisms with similar physical structures, genetic structure, and adaptive features. Genetic structure and adaptive features. In a group, similar structure, genetic structure, and adaptive what? Features. In a group known as taxon. In a group known as taxons. In a group known as taxons. So let's say something, please. Can we stop writing? Now, when we talk about our taxonomy, we already know that why we are doing this is to ensure clarity when we are identifying what? An organism. For example, now, let's say that an organism has hair. Where do you think we are going to place them? We are going to place them under kingdom what? We are going to place it under the group Mammalia, right? Yes. All right. If it looks like a unicellular, it can move like an animal, I think where we are going to place it is under what? Prokaryota, or we can say what? Monera, right? Yes. Okay, so that is why taxonomy is very important. Do you understand? So examples of these groups, we have Monera, we can have the Prokaryota, we have the Monera, the first one, Monera, we have small English inside there. So, but let's continue, please. Let's not digress. So, we have mentioned that taxonomy means the same thing as classification of what? Living things, Abi? And we already know what it means now. The systematic way of grouping organisms with similar traits. That is just the total thing we have to say. In a group called what? Taxon. Do you understand? In a group what? Called what? Taxons. Now, we will be diving into the history of taxonomy. Can we write subheading, please? History of taxonomy. History of taxonomy. History of taxonomy. But I don't want to say much on this, but we are going to be straight and also make sure that what we are giving to you here is basically your exam what? Standard. Do you understand? So now first, you already know that there are a lot of scientists that have worked on classifying organisms. And there are a lot of them. The first man, you already know, he's always versatile in all the areas of life. His name is Aristotle. Aristotle was able to divide organism into what? Two, animal and what? Plant. But if you look at his classification, you know that there are some organisms that neither belong to what? Animal nor what? Plant. That is where his problem started. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Aristotle, he was able to classify living organisms into what? Into what? Organisms into what? Two, Abi? Plant and what? Animal. Okay. There are a lot of things we will still cover in biology as time goes on. Do you understand? And that's why I like biology. You understand? There are sometimes if you are talking and you say some certain things, someone will say, you understand? Okay, for instance, if someone is suffering from malaria, what is the causative agent? Plasmodium falciparum, right? You say, wow, this person is suffering from Plasmodium what? Falciparum, right? And you start correcting people. It's not biscuit bone, Abi? Is it biscuit bone? What's the name? Is it biscuit bone? No, it's never biscuit bone. It's either you call it cartilage or what? or brisket what? Bone. Do you understand? Yes. Some is this the shape of the heart? Hello? Is it the shape of your heart? No. Please, another thing is nobody's heart beats for anybody. It beats for to pump what? Blood. So let's continue, please. Can we continue, please? It beats to what? Pump blood, is it not? Uh-huh. If the person have done this so much mistake that you can't relieve him, Osigi here, please shift the hand towards this direction. Your heart is not at the what? The center of the what? The body, Abi? Yes. Where can you see it? At the left what? Central, right? Yes. Okay. There are a lot of things you need to know. Why I love biology is just like when you are teaching, they are correcting you before you go and marry, right? I just want to touch other things too. Like AA can go for AA, right? Yes. Can AS go for AS? No. It's not possible. Unless you people will give birth to sickle cell what? Anemia, right? There are a lot of things and biology still corrects that the man is the sole determinant of the child's what? Gender, right? Just like I said, that there are a lot of scientists that have worked on this, although the name of these scientists are not important at this level. But Aristotle is the first person who divided an organism into what? Two. What and what? Plant and what? Animal, right? Okay, plant and animal. Then, as time goes on, all these particular taxons are now, kingdoms are now divided into 5. Do you understand? They started separating it due to what? Due to make sure that all other organisms that cannot stay in plant or animal can stay what? One place. In as much as they are doing that, they still encounter problem. Like virus is still a problem for classification. That's why they don't have scientific name. Do you know that? Do you understand? Virus doesn't have any scientific name. But animal have scientific name. What's scientific name of man? Homo sapien. Abi? Just like we have housefly, Musca domestica. Do you understand? Like we have cockroach, Periplaneta americana. Do you understand? So this, by be. So when we go to binomial nomenclature, we have not started though. I said we have not started. You understand? So I'm just taking it small. When we enter binomial nomenclature, we are not going out yet till we are done with up to 78 of them, which is also relevant in your what? Exams. Especially JAMB. JAMB like asking confusing questions. You understand? You think a question is easy, but look at the option, you'll be confused. If some of you have started, solving your past question, you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so the history. Now, there is a man known as Carlinus. A man known as what? Carlinus. He was born in 1707. He was born in 1707 and he died in 1778. So he lived his 71 years of life on earth. Do you understand? So this man made an impact by naming organisms. Why are we naming organisms? You know that nicknames of organisms are different in different languages, Abi? So we need to have a scientific name that is widely accepted by all. By all what? Races, Abi? Okay, so that is why binomial nomenclature is important. I said the man was born in what? 1707, and he died when? Now he was able to publish his work around 1750 what? 8. We have the likes of them like White Walker. White Walker is also part of the taxonomy. But these are not important. You will not see it in your what? Exam. But we are doing this for what? Added knowledge. Do you understand? So history of classification, like I said, this was the two-way classification of living things is later widened into 5, some 4. Do you understand? So as to accommodate other what? Organisms. So we are going to write first. History of classification, please. History of classification. Taxonomy and classification is the same thing now. Is it not the same? Hey. Taxonomy, classification of living things, is it not the same? It's the same. Okay, so well, let us write, please. A man known as, right, please, Aristotle. A man, or we can say scientist, anyone. A man known as Aristotle classified organisms. Classified organisms. Classified organisms into two kingdoms. Into two kingdoms. Into two kingdoms, such as plants and animals. Plant and animal. Plant and animal. Are we good to go? Plant and what? Animal. Which was later modified by other scientists. Which was later modified by other scientists. Which was later modified by other scientists into 5 divisions. Into 5 divisions. Into 5 divisions. Into 5 divisions. A scientist known as Carl Linus, you can see it on the board, Carl Linus. Carl Linus. Write it this way. Carl Linus. Carl Linus was able to work on nomenclatures of organisms. Was able to work on nomenclature of organisms. Nomenclatures of organisms. He published his work in 1758. 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 In 1758. Are we good to go? In 1758. During the process of classifying organisms, some organisms during the process of classifying organisms, some organisms like lynching, have you heard of lynching? Lynching, virus. Am I too fast? Some no, some yes. Lynching and what? Virus. Was very difficult to classify. Was very difficult to classify because of the following reasons. Was very difficult to classify because of the following reasons. Because of the following reasons. Because of the following reasons, such as A. We are going to put A. So, please stop. Can someone tell me, please, I like my class to be an interactive class. I don't want you to see me like a demigod where I am the only person talking. No, I don't like that. I know we have brilliant students here, right? So, So I want us to interact. If you have any question to ask me, feel free to ask. Okay? Feel free to what? Ask your questions. We are all here to learn, right? We are here to learn. So, and you know why you are paying for this lesson. You are paying for it to acquire knowledge. Don't look at your neighbor and say, I don't want to ask this question before they will laugh at me. You don't need to be perfect before you stand up and ask your question. Do you understand? So if you have any question to ask it. I am the only person that will determine whether it's very stupid, not the person beside you. Okay, so why is virus very difficult for them to classify? Who can tell me? Why? Okay? Wait now. Wait. I love that. He's speaking in biological terms. Okay, continue. It's okay.
Okay, virus is difficult to classify because it is on the borderline of living and non-living things. Outside the living organism, it behaves as a non-living thing because it is made up of a single strand of nucleic acid enclosed in a protein coat, and it is in a crystal form outside a living organism. But while inside a living organism, it is a living being, a living organism that can be able to reproduce. That's why it is difficult to classify. It's on the borderline.
Please clap for him. Hello, I know some of you did not understand what he said. Now let me put it in a layman language right now. Now, you remember that virus, most of them are known as what? Parasite, right? You know what parasitism means, right? What is parasitism? You know, we're an association where one gain and the other one does what? Lose. Abi? So at this point, we can see that virus cannot do without the body of the host. So outside the body of the host, the virus become a crystal what? Structure. Do you understand? Thereby, tending towards what? Non-living characteristics, right? But within the body of the host, it uses the body machinery to do what? To replicate. I don't know whether I get what I'm saying. To do what? To replicate, reproduce, and exhibit some part of characteristics of what? Living things. So where are we going to group it? Since it can behave like non and living what? Things. Where are we going to? That's why it is very, very difficult to classify virus. They are just grouped under what? Family. Do you understand? So that is why. Can we write the first one, please? He tried. Because A, virus behave both like non-living and living thing. Behave both like non-living and living thing. Inside the body of the host, 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 virus replicates with its body machineries. Virus replicates with its body machinery, thereby exhibiting characteristics. Replicates with its body machinery. Replicates with its body machinery, thereby exhibiting the characteristics of a living thing. The characteristics of a living thing. But outside the host, the characteristics of a living thing. But outside the host. But outside the host. it turns into a crystalline structure. It turns into a crystalline structure. It turns into a crystalline structure, behaving like a non-living thing. Behaving like a non-living thing. B, let's go to B, lynching. Now, why is lynching very difficult for scientists to classify? Remember that lynching, whenever you are talking about mode of association, we have parasitism, we have symbiosis, right? This symbiosis can also be called mutualism, right? In mutualism, there is an example known as what? Lynching. Why is lynching there? How many of you have seen lynching in real life? Now, if you have seen all these unplastered wall, normal block wall without plaster, you notice some greenish patch on them. Sometimes you can see it just at the floor of the what? Of the well. Now, that thing is very slippery. Do you understand? So, this lynching has a colony of fungi and what? Algae. Do you understand? So, the two organisms live in mutualistic what? Association. So, if I want to classify lynching under plant, what will happen to the fungi part of it? You see the problem here. What if I want to classify it under kingdom fungi? What will now happen to the algae? What will now happen to the what? Algae. You see the problem here. That is why lynching was very difficult for them to classify. Do you understand? So we already know the virus. That virus stays at the borderline of living and what? Non-living thing, right? Lynching has a colony of what? Fungi and what? Algae. So I think we are going to write right now. Lynching is a colony, right? Lynching is a colony. Lynching is a colony. Lynching is a colony of. Lynching is a colony of algae and fungi. So I think we are going to stop there for the explanation of lynching. Sir, please introduce yourself. Wow. So my name is not enough. Okay, let me introduce myself now. Shut up now. Why did I say my name is again? Mr. Ray. Okay, let me say the full name. My name is Sir Raymond. Okay, so Mr. Ray, don't ask me about the Mr. there. So, yes, I am a graduate of UNN. So, 2014 to be precise. Yes, please don't look at my face. Oh. My face will deceive you. Do you understand? So, is there another thing you want to hear? Okay, course is microbiology. Do you understand? Yes, third class. Onyeku that thing. Okay, so I think that's the highest introduction I can do for now. Okay, so let's continue. Now we have to look at hierarchy of classification. So we can call hierarchy of classification levels of what? Taxonomy. Level of what? Taxonomy. Level of taxonomy, or you can still call it what? Hierarchy. Okay, so level of taxonomy, people have asked me, sir, there are some part of biology that is very difficult. The name. I love the name. I will continue to say it. That's what differentiates me from an art, a science student from what? An art student, right? When you say something and you say another one in your own what? field of study, they will know, yes, onya na go akwụkwọ. Do you understand? So there are some parts that is very difficult for science, especially biology. How to arrange things in order, right? Like when we talk about ecology, ecology have some parts of it that is very, very difficult. Like marine habitats. Marine habitats have zones, up to 8 zones. I don't like suffering myself when reading. I read with what? With fun. I practice read with fun. I don't use muzzle to read. That means I associate whatever I'm reading with what? Life event. Or sometimes I use acronyms to do that. Like for example, level of taxonomy, remember that organisms are classified into kingdoms, Abi? Now these kingdoms are subdivided into phylum. Phylum into class, and so on till we reach to the last level, which is what? Species. But sometimes we may carry order and place before genus. How can you know this? If we want to write this from kingdom to species, I remember what I use. Have you heard of King Philip came over for great spaghetti? So I don't want to suffer myself. Instead of all the class, all the phylum. No, I don't want that to happen to me. So I use it. Ke means what? Kingdom, right? Second one means what? This third one means what? Class, order, family, genus, species, right? Now these are the orderly arrangement of what? Classification. Sorry, taxonomy. Now, listen, please. You can still use another puzzle, right? Who can tell me another one? I can formulate another one inside my head now. Kelechuku Peter can order 4 G-Wagons secretly. You can also use that. Now, there are some parts of biology I already know is difficult. How to help yourself is to place it as what? Fun. You do it. Why what? Using fun at it. Okay, for example now is, when we talk about marine habitats, there are zones. And that zone is very difficult for you to arrange in order. Sorry I used a stupid something, but I'm going to say it. Sell in Lagos before Peter's egg hash. Now, this S means what? Splash. Put that in. Splash zone. This is what? Intertidal zone, littoral, benthic, pelagic, and the last one what? Other what? Zone. The same thing goes to digestive system too. Digestive system, there is at the duodenum we have enzymes produced, although one is not an enzyme, quite all right. But I have to complete my what? We have baits. The first one is called what? B means for stands for what? Bile. Then A means what? Amylase. L means what? Lipase. And the last one is what? Trypsin. Okay. But in small intestine, we have smell. The first one is what? Sucrase, maltase, erepsin, lipase, and lactase. So there are ways to this. There are some names that even in biology, if you can be able to, know the prefix and the suffix, you can be able to what? Know the context even without somebody teaching you. Like for example, you already know that biology means what? With the name bios, it is referring to what? Life, Abi. Logy means what? To study, Abi. Just like we have photosynthesis. That means something is synthesized under what? Light. Light energy, Abi. And what produces that light is what? Sunlight. Can I hear this one from you? And okay, any word that ends with itis means inflammation. Do you know that? Any word that ends with itis means what? Inflammation. Have you heard of dermatitis? Dermatitis is the inflammation of what? The skin. Derma, dermis, associated with what? Skin. Do you understand? Now, do you call it Apollo? Huh? No. Conjunctivitis, that's why I said when you stay in the biology class for a long time, there are things you need to correct. You don't tell someone that have a reddish eye or the kwakapole and a megi. No. It is known as what? Conjunctivitis. The inflammation of the what? Conjunctiva. You see the itis there too. When someone is suffering from that thing called appendix, do you say appendix in a megi? You are suffering from appendicitis. You can see that itis, once it's there, it is what? There is what we call meninges that separates the skull from the what? The brain. Do you understand? The inflammation is what we call meningitis. Meningitis. Do you understand? So there are a lot of things you need to learn. Exo means what? In biology. Out, Abi. Endo means what? In. Abi now. Iso means what? Okay, when you say endo, it means inside. That is where endoskeleton comes in, Abi. Endoskeleton means what? Internal what? Skeleton. Exoskeleton, unko? Eh? There are some people that are sleeping in my class right now. How are your village people? Iso means what? The same. So when you talk about hypo, what does it mean? Hypo means what? Something that is low. Hyper means what? High. Epi means what? No. Epi means above now. That is where you can hear epigeo germination. Whereby what? The cotyledon of a what? Of a plant is carried on top of the what? The soil. Epigeo. Do you understand? We have lot of them, like the endoparasite, ectoparasite. But what if I made a strange word? Can you be able to tell me what it means? Have you seen this word, erythroblastosis fetalis? Erythroblastosis fetalis. Hello. Now, if with what I just said now, you already know that fetalis is coming from fetus, right? So it is connected to something fetus. And erythro is coming from red blood cell, erythrocyte. What is now blastosis? A kind of separation. Do you understand? A kind of what? Separation. Separation of the fetus from where? It must surely be the mother, right? Not the father. Do you understand? So separation of fetus from something due to what is happening on the red blood cell. And that is where rhesus factor comes in. Do you understand? Where rhesus factor what? Comes in. Rhesus factor mismatch. You know, if you're a woman and you have plus on top of your blood group, you are safe, sure you know. You can marry anybody you want. But if you are minus, there is a what? There is a problem. If you go for plus, you might likely have this. And we call it natural what? Abortion. Natural abortion. Whereby the first child will do what? Will be successful. The remaining child, anyone that comes in, will go out. Due to the immune system of the mother fighting against what? Yes. Rhesus what? Factor. You understand? So there are a lot of things we are going to learn. Let's dive into what we are doing before. Shh. So let's continue, please. Kingdom has the largest population of what? Organisms. Do you understand? Kingdom has the largest population of what? Organism. Why species has what? The lowest. But it is only in the species that what will happen? that organisms involved can what? Interbreed. They can reproduce to give what? A fertile offspring. Do you understand? But there are sometimes species can go for, genus and genus can go, but they will never give birth to what? Fertile offspring. Just like when they say that they are combining one rubbish on the internet, as I think tiger and lion, to give an offspring liger, right? Liger, be? Okay. Oh. Do you understand? So this particular, and that liger, is, can we say is can reproduce? Can it reproduce? Okay, let's continue, please. So, listing. So we can say that genus is what? Group of what? Related what? Species. Do you understand? Listing. Genus is what? Group of what? Related species. Why family is what? Group of what? Related genus. And so on. Remember that kingdom is the largest. Why the species is the what? Lowest. Do you understand? Can we write, please? If you have any question to ask, ask. In the hierarchy of classification, right, or taxonomy, let's continue to use taxonomy. In the hierarchy of taxonomy, okay? In the hierarchy of taxonomy, yes, lion and tiger. Hello? Liger most times cannot reproduce. In fact, they are infertile. Do you understand? So it is only organism of the same species that can what? That can interbreed and produce what? Fertile offspring. You know what fertile offspring means? That can still carry on the what? The reproduction, right? So once it moves out of species, it will happen. But what I know that can never happen is kingdom to kingdom. Plants cannot impregnate an animal. It's not possible now, Abi. So, but genus and genus can work, but they will always produce what? A sterile offspring. Do you understand? Let's move on, please. Okay. Have I started something? Huh? Okay. The hierarchy of taxonomy. Kingdom has the largest population of organisms. Has the largest population of organisms. Has the largest population of organisms. Why species has the lowest? Why species has the lowest population? Organism in the specific level, right? Organism in the specific level. Organism in the specific level. Organism in the specific level can interbreed. Organism in the specific level can interbreed to give fertile offsprings. Can interbreed to give fertile offsprings. To give fertile offsprings. Full stop. Kingdom is subdivided into phylum. Kingdom is divided into phylum. Phyla for plural, right? Phylum is what? Singular. B. Phyla is what? Now take out the wrong one, please. Virus, viruses, virum. Which one is incorrect? Viruses. Which one is singular and which one is plural? Virus is plural. Confusion. Fungi, fungus. fungus, fungi is what? Which one is plural and which one is singular? Okay. Okay. Silum, cilia. Which one is plural? Which one is singular? Okay. Pick out the wrong one. Bacteria, bacterium, bacterias. Pseudopodium, pseudopodia. Which one is plural? Pseudopodia is singular. Is plural. Okay, correct. Okay, let's move on, please. Let's continue.